Hello, my name is Mohammed Ibrahim Ismaeil Elgohary, and today I will be presenting my final report for the CAS400 training program. This presentation covers a comprehensive overview of the training period, focusing on the key technical practices and architectural methodologies I have engaged with during my time at the Faculty of Computer Studies. So I'd like to extend a special thanks to my supervisor, Dr. Cyril Khatam, for his guidance throughout this process. Also, I'd like to extend my special thanks to my mentor in the company of NTG Clarity, Angie Afnan Ahmed, for her guidance throughout the training period. So let's dive into the core of the program. By moving into the introduction, this section outlines the foundational goals of my training period. The primary objective was to bridge the gap between academic theory and the professional IT practice. Specifically, I aimed to refine my technical skills within a real-world software environment. Furthermore, this report details the specific milestones achieved and the methodologies applied during the program. Now, let's take a look at the specific objectives that guided my work. The first key objective was transitioning from academic theory to real-world application, putting classroom concepts into professional practice. I also focused on exploring dual ecosystems, specifically gaining hands-on experience with both technologies, Microsoft.NET Framework, and Java Spring Boot. Another critical goal was deepening my understanding of the full software development lifecycle (SDLC) from initial requirements to final deployment. Finally, I prioritized learning agile methodologies and the importance of effective team collaboration in a fast-paced environment. During the training, my work was divided across several key areas of the stack. On the technical side, I focused on back-end development, building out front-end interfaces, and managing databases. I also dedicated significant time to software development design documentation to ensure system clarity and maintainability. Beyond these specific tasks, I contributed to implementation of new features while simultaneously maintaining existing systems to ensure stability. This experience provided me with a comprehensive view of the full software development lifecycle. Furthermore, I was actively involved in many phases of the development lifecycle. I wanted to talk about the people I have worked with. I spent my time working alongside with senior developers, solution architects, and project managers. Collaborating with them helped me see how large complex systems are designed. I also learned that technical skills are only one part of the job. I learned that communication is the most important factor. I really can't stress that enough. I also improved my teamwork and my ability to think through difficult problems. I also gained experience using agile methodology. This involved attending daily stand-up meetings, sprint planning, and retrospectives. Practicing in these meetings showed me how professional teams actually work. I learned how to manage tasks. I learned how to manage tasks efficiently and how to handle changes when they happen. Most importantly, I learned how a team can improve continuously by looking back at their work. Now, let's look at the company where I did my training. NTG Clarity is a partnership between NTG Clarity in Canada and the Al Mozon Group in Saudi Arabia. The company focuses heavily on digital transformation and supporting Saudi Vision 2030. They provide many services like IT solutions, telecommunication, and custom software development. So it is a very successful company that saw 100% revenue growth in early 2024. So you can find more information on their official website, ntgclarity.com. The company is based here in Riyadh, which serves as their main location in Saudi Arabia. They also have a strong presence across the kingdom with multiple offices. These offices are located in Riyadh, Jeddah, and Medina. NTG Clarity provides several major types of services. These include IT and telecommunication solutions, as well as network and billing systems. They also specialize in building custom software for their clients. The company works with some of the most important sectors in the region. Their main clients are telecommunication companies, government agencies, and financial institutes. In this section, I will talk about the technical stack and tools I used during my training. To give you a closer look at my technical tools, I have broken them down into 4 categories. First, the backend. I focused on ASP.NET Core using C# programming language, alongside some projects with Java with the Spring Boot framework. On the front end, I worked with a new JavaScript framework called Angular and native JavaScript and standard HTML and CSS for building interfaces. My database experience included working with SQL Server, PostgreSQL, and MongoDB for non-SQL for different data needs. Finally, for the process, I used agile tools like Jira, Git for versioning control, and Postman for testing our APIs. Beyond the basics of front-end development, I focused on building modern, responsive user interfaces that provide a seamless experience. I utilized HTML5 to create a semantic and accessible structure, ensuring the application is built on a solid foundation. For the visual layer, I applied CSS3 to implement clean layouts and high contrast designs that remain professional and easy to navigate. I leveraged JavaScript to handle complex client-side logic and to create dynamic interactive elements that engage the user. Finally, I integrated these technologies into the Angular framework, which allowed me to build a scalable component-based architecture for the entire front end. A critical part of my training involved working with SQL Server and PostgreSQL to manage and organize complex datasets. I was responsible for designing database schemas, ensuring that the underlying structure was efficient and scalable for the application needs. I spent significant time writing and optimizing complex SQL queries, focusing on retrieving data with maximum speed and precision. I also worked on performance tuning, identifying bottlenecks to ensure the system remained fast and responsive even under heavy loads. Most importantly, I implemented strict constraints to ensure data accuracy and integrity, maintaining a high standard of quality across all stored information. Beyond coding and development, I focused on the core principles of system design, learning how to plan for scalability and reliability. I also implemented a layered architecture approach, which allowed for a clean separation of concerns between the user interface, business logic, and the data layers. A major part of my work involved API integration, ensuring that different services could communicate seamlessly and exchange data securely. Also, this training provided me with a deep understanding of how large-scale enterprise systems are structured to handle complex requirements. This architectural mindset has been fundamental in my growth as a developer and a solution designer. Throughout the training, I successfully managed several high-impact tasks that contributed directly to the project's milestones. One of my key achievements was the seamless transition of business requirements into detailed user stories specification, ensuring the development team had a clear and actionable roadmap. I also spearheaded the optimization of back-end services, utilizing vector embeddings and BG vector to enhance our data indexing capabilities. I maintained a high standard of code quality and system stability by resolving complex bugs and implementing robust new features. On the back end, I focused on developing robust RESTful APIs and gRPC technologies and complex business logic to handle the core functionality of the system. For the front end, I built dynamic user components in Angular, ensuring the interface was both responsive and highly modular. Regarding data management, I was responsible for designing efficient database schemas and optimizing SQL queries to ensure high performance and data integrity. For an architectural perspective, I studied and applied layered and service-oriented designs, which are essential for building scalable enterprise-level software. Throughout my training, I encountered several complex challenges that required a structured approach to problem solving. The most important lesson I have learned is that successful software is built on clear communication and strong teamwork. I now understand that clean code and good documentation are just as important as the logic itself. I have gained the confidence to move between different tech stacks like .NET and Java by focusing on the core principles of engineering. I also realized that problem solving is a continuous process of learning, testing, and improving every day. Looking ahead, I'm excited to apply these architectural skills to build systems that are fast, reliable, and easy to maintain. To wrap things up, this training has been a great journey for me. I learned how to turn classroom ideas into a real software. I now have a strong set of skills from building the hidden parts of a system to designing the screens that people use. I learned that a good developer doesn't just write code, they work well with others and plan for the future. I wanted to thank the whole team for their support and for letting me work on these important projects. I'm excited to take everything I learned here and use it to build better and faster technology in my next step. To finish, I'm very proud to have trained at NTG Clarity Arabia. This partnership between Canada and Saudi Arabia is a big part of Saudi Vision 2030. Working in a company that doubled its growth this year showed me how fast technology moves and why high quality is so important. This experience helped me move from being a student to a professional. I turned what I learned in books into real engineering skills. I'm now confident in building full systems from the database on the inside to the screens that users see on the outside. I also learned important team skills like how to talk clearly and how to change when things get difficult. These are the keys of being a good team member. I'm now ready to use these lessons to help build better technology for the future. Thank you. That brings me to the end of my presentation. I wanted to say a big thank you to my mentors, my teammates, and everyone at NTG Clarity Arabia for this incredible opportunity. Your guidance has helped me grow both as a developer and as a professional. Thank you all for your time and for listening to my journey today.